Welcome all to a new review on this godforsaken channel. Today we will look into a game that is sitting on my backlog catalog for a very long time and comes with a lot of humor. I'm talking about the action game Giants Citizen Kabuto from the futuristic year of 2000. In this, you slip into the role of the astronaut Buzz, who just wants to make a nice and quiet vacation on the planet Majora. But fate has other plans and we crash land on a mysterious alien world where we soon find ourselves on a big adventure against evil witches and a hungry wanker. So holster your blaster, make your jetpack ready, and up we go.
Hello, Max. Me! The Reapers are coming! The Reapers are coming! I'm out of here! Well, that's a bloody morale boost, isn't it?
Barely after setting foot on this island world, we have our first encounter with the Sea Reapers, an amphibious race that wants to take over this planet, and we are in the way. The native smarties on this planet are starting a rebellion against their oppressors, so we join their forces. Although they look quite harmless, they maintain an impressive arsenal of firepower. And as you can already tell, this game doesn't take itself too seriously. I haven't laughed so hard at a video game for decades. The cutscenes are priceless, especially the interactions between our space adventurers and the Smarties are god tier content. My personal highlight is the story around Rack, who after having an affair with one of the natives get captured by the Reapers. His beloved one is romanticizing their good time together, while her husband is next by and couldn't care less. All he wants is some damn food on the table. I can relate to that. When you finally manage to rescue Rack from the claws of the Reapers, the whole planet knows about their doings.
Oh, thanks, lads. Do I have a story to tell you? See, there was this really beautiful smarty woman. We know!
This game also includes one of the best introductions of a main villain I've ever seen. There is a reason this game is called Giants, and it is because of a nasty rancor. Halfway through the game, we encounter him for the first time during a rescue mission that ends in a giant disaster. After this encounter, we get a helping hand from Delphi, one of the good Reapers in the game. She has enough of her mother's evil doings and so joins forces with us. Sadly, the story takes a back seat at that point. Don't get me wrong, there are still some funny cutscenes to watch, but they appear a lot less from now on. As a rebellious daughter, our job is to bring down an empire, so we have to humiliate our mother by destroying her entire fleet and winning in a jet ski racing, which isn't really that spectacular. In the end, you have a cheap boss fight against her, which results in another appearance of our rancor. Man, this thing is really hungry. In the third and final act, the story is almost non-existent. There's one last cutscene where Delphi transforms herself into a giant, because fire is best fought with fire, and then you just stumble around from mission to mission without any purpose. Overall, the ending is not very satisfying. While the first half is really good in terms of storytelling, the rest is kinda meh. So enjoy the good moments as long as they last.
Ah! Reggie, I hear you're quite the man about toon.
Oh, you know, trying to give myself a little taste now and then.
You dirty wee bastard!
In Giants, you control 3 different characters that require a different approach. First, we have our astronaut Buzz, who is equipped with a good variety of weapons, including a sniper rifle, a machine gun, as well as a mortar. To better traverse the terrain, you also have a jetpack at your disposal and can carry a special item with you. This includes a bush to sneak past enemies, which never actually worked, a shield to block incoming projectiles, which was actually quite good, and even an upgrade for your jetpack to fly higher. The choice is yours. Later, you free some of your teammates that can then be ordered around. The friendly AI is making a good job to stay on your heels, but don't get near the water, the piranhas are after you. Next, we have our mermaid Delphi, who's equipped with saber and bow, but cannot really compete with Buzz in terms of raw firepower. Instead, she has a variety of different spells under her fingertips that are sometimes more, sometimes less useful. For instance, she can cast a fireball, create a time bubble, or even summon a sea monster. The latter worked exactly one time and was absolutely for the birds. I'm also not a big fan of her shrink spell, which makes the enemy smaller and reduces their health. The problem is that this only lasts for a short moment and I was never able to kill them in time. But where Delphi really surpasses herself is in her velocity. With the help of the turbo spell you can basically fly around the whole map. This works more like a grappling hook than a dash. You can only use it when aiming for an object, be it the ground or a mountain in the distance, and does not work when aiming for the sky. It took me a while until I understood how to use this technique, but once mastered, you can traverse the whole map in a very short time, which is a lot of fun. And by the way, as a water creature, you can safely swim in the sea and even be healed by it. Last but not least, we have our dumpling Kabuto. The gameplay is similar to the Rampage series, where you stomp around, tear down buildings and eat some natives. You fight with your bare hands and you can also throw around objects. Once you have eaten enough, Kabuto can lay down eggs in which some friendly beasts will hatch. Sadly, the little devils do whatever the fuck they want and ordering them around is unnecessarily complicated. You cannot tell them to follow you, but instead only call them to your position. Instructing them to attack a target is also made very inconvenient. While as Buzz you can just target an enemy and hit the appropriate key, as Kabuto you have to first click on your own monster, hold down the button and then drag it on the enemy. What the actual fuck? Who thought that this would be a good idea? If you want something done, better do it by yourself, and this works best with your adrenaline power. With the press of a button, you can charge for a devastating attack that will kill everything around you. Very effective and beautiful to look at. Kabuto is also the slowest character of the bunch, and it will take a while to get from point A to B. Oh, yeah, don't get near the water. Pool is closed. Let's talk more about your arsenal. Especially as Buzz and Delphi, you can let off some steam. They can equip different weapons and backpack items. Your equipment can be changed inside shops that are way out in the sticks. Don't worry, the owner is not interested in your money and you can also freely charge up your ammunition. Your backpack items are consumable objects like grenades or medkits. The latter is essential because if you die, you have to replay the whole mission. But that is not too terrible. These often last for only 5 to 10 minutes, with some exceptions. Be extremely cautious of enemy snipers, they can kill you instantly. But using your items could have been made easier. Every single item type has its own dedicated button, which results in finger acrobatic as well as brain jogging. Why the backpack slots have not just been numbered consecutively remains a mystery. Despite having all different kinds of control options in the menu, there is also no button available to exchange your current equipment. If your inventory is full, you first have to waste one of your current items to pick up a new one. What I am also not a big fan of is the gunplay. Shooting enemies isn't really entertaining. The major problem is to even hit one. I really wish this game has some aiming assistance, because when the enemy is not standing still, it is almost impossible to land a hit. And believe me, I try my absolute best here. But the icing on the cake is that ammunition is always scarce. Combine that with enemies that are hard to hit and trouble is sure to follow. When I was playing this game, I always had that feeling that this was supposed to be a real-time strategy game. I mean, you fight against different enemy types, blow up structures like barracks and guard towers, and even build up your own base on some missions. Yes, you heard right, this game includes base building. What sounds like an awesome idea has once again issues with its execution. This whole game mode requires some serious multitasking capabilities if you want to make it through. But let me explain. To first build something, you have to search the map for Smarties and bring them back to your base one by one. But that is not enough. These little bastards also want something to eat, so you go out hunting. If you are part of the PETA organization, then better close your eyes now. With food and workers, you build structures on specific points in your base. This is not optional, by the way. Only when your base is fully completed you gain access to the party house that unlocks a super weapon to destroy the enemy HQ. Of course, your opponent will not stand still, and so you also have to establish some defense. When playing as Baz, you have it a lot easier. You can command your troops to defend the base or even construct some mini turrets to deal with your foes. Delphi on the other hand has nothing in comparison, so you have to do it all by yourself. Real turrets are only unlocked once you build your party house, but why waste any more time if you could just walk to the enemy base and annihilate him? This is where Delphi comes in handy, because she can summon a tornado from a safe distance. Baz on the other hand has to walk to the enemy gates and fire up a bomb, which is far more dangerous to do. If you should die here, then you have to restart the whole mission again, and we are talking about a play session of over 1 hour, so be aware. Altogether, the gameplay mechanics feel like a rough diamond. There are some cool ideas to be found here, like the mix of shooter and strategy, but it all feels very clunky. The visuals of this game are nothing that will knock someone's socks off. I actually like the water effects, and the sizes of the islands are also pretty impressive. You see, each chapter plays on a different one, and I like exploring them with my jetpack or turbo spell. Sadly, the map layout can be hit and miss. Sometimes it felt very generic to me, and they have really overdone it with the lighting effects. Some areas can look too brightened up, even the text in the main menu is hard to read. Aside, I'm not playing this in its original form, but instead helping myself out by using a fan patch to make it run more stable on modern operating systems and also enable some graphical improvements like widescreen support. So check it out if you plan on playing this for yourself. The link is in the description. Last but not least is the music, where an old friend awaits us once again, Jeremy Soule. I think this man does not need another introduction. His work speaks for himself. And this is Giants, Citizen Kabuto. For the story alone, I highly recommend this game, even if it runs out of breath in the second half. But hey, it's not like you are paying full price for this. And while the gameplay definitely could have needed more fine-tuning, it is still a very unique game that stands apart from most other shooters that you can play on your PC. I definitely had some fun times. And with that, thank you for watching, and maybe until next time.
Ah, lovely. Cheers, mate. So, what's going on here then?
Oh, it's the monthly sacrifice to Kabuto.
Sounds painful. So who's the unlucky blighter?
Some kid called Timmy.
Timmy, you say? Oh, listen, mate. Do us a favour. Hold this a moment, will you?
Oh, yeah.